What is up, guys? Today we're going to talk about Tommy Robinson. What will it be like for him when he gets to prison? What's going to happen to him? Now, this is not factual. It's not set in stone. You know, it's just an educated opinion. It's just my own opinion based on. I've spent a lot of time in prison. 2000 from like 1995. Up until 2015, I was in and out of prison 4 year, 3 year, 18 months. I've been in all different prisons. So it's an educated guess on what's going to happen to Tommy once he gets there. Now, he's been remanded. He handed himself in on Friday, which is never a good idea. Because if you miss Saturday morning court, then you're there all Sunday because there's no court on Sunday. So you're there till Monday, so you have to spend 3 days in the cells, and those cells are treacherous. He will be, I can pretty much guarantee you, he'll be sat in there and he'll be contemplating his life, you know, thinking, is it all worth it? He might be feeling sorry for himself a little bit. He'll be thinking about his kids and his family. And this is why you have to respect the guy, you know, whether you agree with him or not, he's willing to stand on what he believes. You know, he's willing to die for it, really, because I'm sure there's going to be a target on his back when he gets there. So you have to respect the guy. And so he'll be in the cells all weekend with the itchy blankets, the all-day breakfast, microwave meals. Absolutely horrible. And then Monday, the Group 4 will come for him, or Serco, whoever it is, security. And they'll take him to the sweatbox and he'll go up before the magistrate court. Now, his solicitor will be going for bail, saying he should get bail and put his case forward on why he should get bail. The prosecution will oppose that and say, oh, we don't think he should get bail. And he'll probably get remanded. And then when he gets to prison, I don't know what prison it is. Apparently it's up Kent. So if you know what prison it is, let me know. So I'm going to talk about if it was my local prison, which is Doncaster. So when he gets there, he will... they'll take his photo, fingerprints, take all his property, give him an ID card. Now, I don't know if they can force him to go on protection or not for his own safety, because it's such a high-profile case. If it were down to Tommy, I don't know the guy, but from what I've seen, he doesn't seem the type to go on protection. You know, he'll be like defiant, saying, no, I'm not going on protection. So I don't know if they can force you. I know in America they can, but I don't know if they can in England. I've not got that much experience with protection wings. Not because I'm a tough guy, but because I've never been in a situation where I would need to go on protection. You know, I don't borrow, I don't snitch on anyone. I'm not a high-profile case. So I don't know if they can force him onto protection. Protection is, it's like 23-hour bang-up. So they're locked up all the time. So no one really wants to go on protection. So yeah, if he goes on to general population, based on what I've seen, I mean, when he walks down the streets, everybody's cheering, everybody's behind him, everybody's his mate. I mean, but when you see that Keir Starmer go down the street, they're like throwing eggs at him and calling him names. And people are behind him because it's right what he's saying. You know, the country's going down the pan. They're letting in dangerous illegals and they're just ruining the country. And nobody feels safe anymore. So everybody behind Tommy are just normal people that are just fed up of not being able to get a doctor's appointment, not being able to have an argument with someone without getting stabbed in the neck by some Syrian refugee. I mean, I went to town the other day and every shop was a foreign shop. There was no English shops. Everybody was foreign there. It was like, wow, have I just spawned into Pakistan or Syria or what? But anyway, the country's going down the pan, and that's why everybody's getting behind Tommy, because they're fed up with it, and that's why they're turning out. But I don't know why they've done him for terrorism, because he's never told anyone to be violent. He's never, in fact, it's the opposite. He calls for people to be calm, to take off the face mask. But if you look at the pro-Hamas and Palestine stuff, they're all screaming, Nazi scum, die, kill Nazi scum. And no happens to them. But then you get the guy from Donny the other day, Peter Lynch, calls a copper a scumbag and gets 2.5 years for it. It's cost him his life. Just for calling a copper a scumbag, like they don't get called scumbags all day, every day. It's absolute two-tier policing, and people are sick of it. That's why they're getting behind Tommy. But he will have a target behind his back. But I think he'll be all right, you know. Last time I was in prison, it's been a while, there weren't that many immigrants, to be honest. There was probably like probably about 4 or 5 Chinese. They were always in for cultivating weed. A couple Somalians, and then there'd be like 10, 15 Muslims. And the Muslims are always a tight-knit group, you know, and they were the ones that usually like got the drugs in the wood. And this is not me being mean or racist, this is just fact, what I saw with my own eyes. They would be getting the drugs in and they would manipulate the junkies on the wing to do what they wanted them to do. So they were always a well-knit, well-respected group, the Muslims. So, yeah, I'm sure it's changed now. But I think when he gets on the wing, everyone, there'll be a big team of people welcoming, I can't even say it. There'll be a big team, like, saying welcome with open arms, and they'll look after him, you know, because they agree with what he's saying, and they'll look after him. I know if it was Donny, everybody, all the English lads would have got behind him, so I think he'll be all right. But how long is he going to get? They just seem to be making stuff up, don't they? I mean, they're just inventing charges just for him, so he could end up getting 20 years. They could just make something up and just give him 20 years, you know. So I don't know how long he's going to get, but I think he'll be all right when he's in prison. I think he'll get looked after. And there might be some little knobhead trying to make a name for themselves, but because there always is, you know, there's always one knobhead in the wing. But yeah, I think he'll be all right when he gets there. I don't know how long he's going to get. But fair play to the man. He's willing to stand on what he says. He's willing to die for it. So yeah, respect to the guy. If you like this video, press the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Bonjour.